What's the deal with Sonic? No, really, what's the deal? See, when you're online as much as I am, you become aware of Sonic, who is one of the most recognizable video game characters. I mean, the dude has so many games, lots of media, even live-action movies, with that many fans that can change corporations to ruin Sonic's design.
Meow?
And I'm here confused because I legit have no idea what his whole deal is. Yeah, I never was a fan of him. No kids around me played the games when I was growing up. In fact, my first actual instance of seeing him was the reveal for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where everyone apart from me went, "Holy shit, he's blue!" And I go through high school, no one mentions him, no one around me plays the games or has even heard of this blue thing. And frankly, my life was much better for that. Until I discovered the internet, and white guys who had too much time on their hands who all in their videos go, "Actually, Sonic 2 is way better than Sonic CDI because of the precise spin dash rolling where after Tails using the Chaos Emeralds uses them to power his blade to fly into the Eggman's towers." So you're calling this fun? Yeah, I'm trying to show you the mindset of a non-Sonic fan. This all looks not very interesting to me. But then I assume you would say that if you've never played Pokemon and saw this. Why are you capturing the animals and killing them? Yet everyone online had one Sonic game they loved to bits, and I'm not one to judge. I just want to understand why the internet goes nuts for this blue guy. Because everything about him confuses me. Who is he? Why is Eggman the only human around? What is his evil plan? What are the jewels? Who are all these characters? I assumed it's like Mario where you can just pick it up and play and you sort of understand the deal, right? You don't need any prerequisites. The game sort of explained things to you at the start, right? Well, I wanted to know the same for Sonic, so what better place than my first Sonic game being Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Look, the Wii motion control years were a crazy time! So this was something I bought for Mario and not really expected to understand Sonic's story, but then I saw this. Yeah, okay, maybe that's not the best way to understand Sonic. So yeah, Brawl then released, and that was not going to teach me about Sonic. You know, he runs fast and he's not great to control. So cut forward a couple of years and I buy my first actual Sonic game. The racing one! There's no story! What the heck was I thinking? Of course there's no story in the racing game. Okay, surely then I can at least learn about the characters, right? And that Sonic really wants to kill Eggman. So here's the character select screen. Who the heck are these people? They surely aren't Sonic characters, right? Roman guy, war guy, YTP guy, football manager. Is that Danica Patrick the most successful woman driver ever? Why is she here? Did they really think that the crossover would work? There's barely any Sonic characters in the Sonic game. This is so confusing. And to add even more misery, the game is actually really fun. Yeah, the amazing gimmick where the map evolves over time and you transform into planes or boats with items and speed boosts. And man, I don't know why Mario fans complain about the blue shell, which attacks whoever is in first place. It doesn't exist here. It is a way to actually level the playing field, and it doesn't exist in this game. Because when you reach first, you ain't ever gonna lose the lead since there's no items for the other players to slow you down. But yeah, honestly, that's my fault, okay? But my first proper Sonic game shouldn't have been this.
Dang, I messed up.
However, flash forward and I hear things about the Sonic Boom cartoon. And okay, I watch it and oh my god, they made something good. Although it's still confusing as to why it opens with Sonic chasing a guy called Eggman, who is the only human here. And he maybe wants to capture Sonic, I guess? The episode then devolves into Tails being mad that he's being replaced as a sidekick, with the other characters trying to apply to the job.
I'm a crazy pizza man!
What? Only one pizza?
But man, was this show really good with the memes.
I don't know. Approved!
So then I thought, if the cartoon is good, the game with the same name must be good as well, right? That logic makes sense, right? And what the heck, $9? Buddy, that's a steal, $9? Okay, I can see why it's so cheap. So it starts out with this cutscene, and remember, I have no idea what Sonic is, and thus begins my thoughts. Why are they in the jungle? Why do these paths exist here? Why are they chasing Eggman?
Great. Metal Sonic has to show up right when Eggman is springing a surprise attack on us.
What the heck is a Metal Sonic? Can they please explain this? But okay, it's not a game that's meant to be super in-depth. I mean, for every encounter, you just mash jump and spam the attack button as it auto-locks on, and turns out Eggman isn't even the bad guy, it's the snake with metal arms. Well, time for the loading.
Oh, brother!
If anyone can tell us about what's going on, it's Cliff.
Who is Cliff?
He's an archaeologist.
Okay, anything else on him? Okay then! So the game has a hub area which is so empty and there's no direction on where to go until you find this turtle.
Can you come back later and see me? I think I need to be alone right now.
Buddy, you need to take that up with HR. So Cliff tells us how the snake is part of an ancient race who use crystals to do things. He goes rogue and controls an army of robots to destroy the environment. Because snakes hating jungles is really hip right now. And I'm still waiting for them to explain the whole Eggman thing. And the game is just weird with how it's set up. You got the side quests as well, where the turtle goes, hey, if we go back in time, we can help them kill weeds before they grow out of hand. Of course, why didn't I think of that? And they'll split up the 4 characters into groups of 2 for weird dynamics.
What do you want with the blue hedgehog?
Information classified.
Come on!
Peer pressure acknowledged. Acquiescing in 3.
At least the writing felt like Sonic Boom. But then Eggman teams up with Lyric the Snake thing, and the gameplay gives you one of the worst boat sections ever. Lag, glitches, and even dying in the cutscenes. Yep, the game's still running. I mean, what in sweet mac and cheese is wrong with this game? But I still have no idea what's the deal with Sonic. Who is he? What is his goal? Is it like they just changed up the roles to fit brand new stories each time? They send him and Eggman to these new worlds with different characters to save from? And why did Shadow the Hedgehog just turn up? I mean, I know he's edgy from the memes, but is he that bored that he just turns up to watch from the sidelines like your missing dad at the weekend soccer? So of course, my next great idea was I had to play his game, which would surely help me understand something about the lore.
Maria!
Wait a minute. Humans exist in this world that aren't Danica Patrick? So Shadow the Hedgehog is well documented for letting you live out the life of an American high schooler, where it's got multiple story routes. You listen to this thing who really needs some strepsils, and go around blasting everything in sight. And I'll be honest, the story and the cringy voice acting was actually growing on me. However, the controls are so slippery, it feels like Shadow is just skating for the Olympics. Maybe he should have waited a few years. And of course, I have no idea who or what Shadow is. I'm just gonna accept he's like edgy Sonic if he watched anime as a teen. Then okay, I kinda took a big break from Sonic because man, it just gets to you. Seeing everyone go so hyped for the new game, rip into it, and I'm just on the sidelines thinking, man, I sure hope that turtle got his alone time, but I feel so left out. The games did nothing to explain the lore, and everyone is still hyped for the new games. I mean, with Mario, the stories are way more simple. Peach gets captured, you save her. Even the more story-focused games I never played as a kid. So was my luck really that bad? I just somehow went through life avoiding all the good Sonic games, that I kept picking the wrong Sonic games to start with? I'm not trying to be overtly critical. I've seen the age rating. I listen to the ratings boards, okay? So let's try a more modern one with Sonic Lost World, and the intro finally explains something.
Drop the critters, Eggman!
Okay, thank you! Eggman is a human who captures animals for some reason, and Sonic is an animal, so he tries to help save them. Is that it? That's all the lore? Do I finally understand?
Just the one container he tossed off his egg?
Why is he vlogging now? So Eggman teams up with the villains on this planet, Zavok, who traps all the animals in the machine, so when you kill the machines, the animals pop out. No, Porky, no! And all of them have quirky names, like Zaz. Zaz? You like Zaz? So yeah, the game is okay. I guess there's so many different styles. You got Mario Galaxy level ripoffs, side scrollers, other things. And it's very confusing on what to do. That, or maybe I'm not meant to go fast. And Eggman gets pushed over by the Z people and wants us to help him defeat them. Bro, you're like 7 foot tall. Do it yourself. So yeah, I guess it's sort of like Bowser and Mario. It's not a real rivalry thing. They'll always add these new villains to the games to defeat instead. So Eggman is a good guy, right? You know what, since I finally understand Sonic now, I think it's time to play the best Sonic game ever! The one that I bought years ago and have been saving specifically for this video. Yes, the perfect one, Sonic 06. What? What? What's gonna happen? I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's no use.
Man, I really didn't think I wanted to see Eggman's eyes. So yeah, the game starts out in the best way possible for me, because there's no Sonic. Okay, but it's obviously another world. I know the lore now. I understand how Sonic games operate. Eggman will try and come in and capture the critters of the world, and Sonic will have to stop him, right?
A pleasure to meet you at last, Princess of Soliana. I am Dr. Eggman. I've come here to obtain the secret of the flames of disaster from you.
Oh. Okay. And so he kidnaps the princess and we gotta save her with some of the weirdest animated cutscenes.
Tails! Long time no see!
I'm glad you're here.
Are they motion captured? And the gameplay, I can't describe it. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. How do we describe this? I mean, straight up, you're skating on the water, but the minute you try to jump, and then you can use the homing attack and easily destroy the enemies, meaning they don't even pose a challenge to you, but then half the level you don't even have to press any inputs as it plays itself. And then you play as Tails, who was just like,
I have to go now.
then he...
Sonic!
And then the auto runner levels where Sonic will try to run forward as fast as possible, and that's clearly not a good idea in this engine. You also get to play as other characters who have their own quirks. And in between all this, you get awarded with cutscenes like this.
Hey!
Biden blast!
But then you meet all the other Sonic characters like...
Rouge! Shadow!
Hi, long time no see.
Whoa, mama! But then you got Sonic saving the princess very early on, and...
It's nothing.
Don't say that.
Gee, she's falling in love with a hedgehog, and here I'm thinking, oh my god, it's the Windows wallpaper place! The game also runs horrendously with the amount of bugs, glitches. It has a long loading time on the PS3 for this. To then load again just for the gameplay. Bro, just store it in the memory. But then something clicked. The game started to talk about time travel and world-ending timelines. Wait a minute. I love time travel and cringe stories. Whoa. I think I understand Sonic. To love him and his games, you have to not understand. And that's okay, because honestly, playing these games have been some of the most fun I've ever had gaming. Maybe not in the way the developers intended, but the way it's presented and the chill nature. The music is really great and the voice acting,
Tails! Long time no see!
I love it. But it's just so hilarious over the years I keep picking different Sonic games to get into, and yet barely any of them have just an introduction cutscene explaining what this blue thing is, or what they're even doing here. Maybe a menu option for the lore. I was just hoping for a single game that would explain something. So yeah, I still have really no idea what about the critters, the Chaos Emeralds, why Eggman is playing with hedgehogs instead of playing in the NBA, but I don't care. Sonic games are just that fun. And who knows, maybe someday I'll actually play a good Sonic game. I mean, I do have them. Yeah, that's never happening.
Trojan, RamZaes, Magnum, Chic.